See kind of how this performs. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 Black Widow Edition. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. This one is available for sale for the time being if you're interested. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5.3 liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the Black Widow Silverado. So first off, notice we have the Black Widow logo there at the top of the windshield. And then we have another Black Widow logo here on the venting here on the side. Normal Silverado hood for the rest of the hood. And then there's yet another Black Widow logo here. It's kind of hard to see though because of the lighting. Look at the Chevy bow tie. And then of course we got our little Black Widow logo right there as well. LED lights here, as you can see. Notice the daytime running light. Then you have the carbon fiber accenting here and the housing. Notice how we've got the like bright metallic silver at the top, and then notice how it's kind of like darker here down below. Really cool how it like just like shifts in color on the truck. Definitely just unique contrast. Parking sensors here on the front end, and you got the fog lights at the bottom, and then we've got tow hooks on either side as well. And yeah, definitely love the aesthetic on this truck. So coming on the side here, we've got 22-inch wheels, and wrapped around that we have 35s in the front and over in the rear as well. And you can see the design here on the wheels just looks absolutely fantastic. You got the black on the outside, silver on the inside. Notice we've got our Black Widow brake calipers finished in red, and you got the Black Widow logo there in the center. And you guys can see here with the tire setup just how aggressive that is. Also, that Corvette is extremely loud. But anyways, we have a 6-inch suspension lift. Everything has been aligned, and the speedo has been recalibrated to account for this lift, if you guys are wondering. And then here's kind of a better look at everything from a lower perspective. Notice we've got the fender flares as well, and you guys can see the paint fade. Again, it's kind of custom option here with the Black Widow truck. Got the Black Widow logo, blacked out mirror caps. And then we do have power side steps here. And then if we take a few steps back, you can see the stance. And again, look at the paint fade on the truck. It's just really cool how you go like lighter to darker as you go down on the truck. And then finishing things up, we do have Fox shocks here in the rear. And we just have the traditional leaf springs as well. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, lock, remote start, and then the drop down here for the tailgate. Press that twice and it'll pop right down. And then you guys can see here with the protection on the tailgate itself. And then we do have LED lights back here, and then we have the bed liner. And that's got the Chevy bow tie, and of course, another Black Widow logo. You can't have enough of those. Now, I don't think this has the auto raise function. No, it doesn't, so you just have to lift it up yourself. Finishing things up here with the rest of the rear, you've got the traditional Chevy taillights here, Chevrolet stamped into the tailgate, and then you guys can see the Black Widow logo, and then parking sensors here at the bottom. And you got the covers over the exhaust tips that are blacked out. And again, just like look how it just slowly transitions. Really cool. And other than that, well, let's pop inside. Now here's the door panel in the rear. You guys can see here with the stitching that goes across and then down below. And then notice this trim is darker in coloration. Again, power side steps. And then here are these seats. You have this leather swapped interior. Notice perforated in the center portion. Still have the behind the seat storage, but look at the padding on it. Very, very plush. And then you guys can see here with a little seat pocket, some cup holders. We've got some USBs and a full power outlet. And this is normal Silverado interior in terms of space and all that. But anyways, so you go. Now here's the front door panel. Again, same theme as what you have in the rear with the blacked out trim. Notice all of our window controls, the mirror adjustments as well. Let's a quick look at the mirrors. And then here's the front seats. You got the Black Widow headrest right there. And then it's perforated all down the center portion. And yeah, these seats feel like they're a little bit softer than like the regular Silverado leather seats, which is nice actually. And then notice here with the power adjustments, got the pedal layout. Notice we've got the lighting here at the bottom as well. Got your parking brake right there. We've got our light controls here, fog light, cargo light, and then we have our drive line select. So it still has 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, all that fun stuff. Trailer tow mode and then drive mode select. Steering wheel's manually adjustable. Let's pop in. So here is our steering wheel. You guys can see it's just the regular steering wheel that comes with the truck from the factory. So we got some controls here for the center stack, voice command controls, controls for the radio on the back. We have our column shifter there with the plus and minus. We got our cruise control here on the other side, turn signal, windshield wiper stock. And so yeah, normal steering wheel. Now here's the center gauge cluster, and this is giving me flashbacks to that Nissan review where we ran out of gas in the middle of the parking lot. But anyways, you can see we've got the custom Black Widow gauges, which look fantastic. Absolutely love that whole setup. And other than that, this is, again, built off of Limited, actually. So this is the old gauge cluster that you could get with the truck before the redesign. And, well, there you go. Now here's the center infotainment system. I just want to quickly go over the camera system with this. So this just has the regular backup camera. Trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel, and regular infotainment system. So great response time with this infotainment system. As you guys can see, has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And moving from that, we've got some analog controls for the infotainment system down below. Dual zone climate controls. We've got heated seats here for the front. Now so you can drop down the tailgate from the interior. Still have hill descent control, stability control as well. And then notice we don't have an outlet there, but we do have little charging ports right here. And then your engine stop start. Some storage space right there. Couple cup holders. And then here's the center console, which has another goodie inside of it. And that's a lot of storage space, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And then we have our dual glove box set up. And then notice here with the padding on the dash. And then we have our manual mirror dimmer and fixed rear glass, actually, believe it or not. So there's a little bit of glare, but you guys can see the sticker here for this Black Widow truck. So you guys can see the original base price of the truck, $54,265. And then after the Black Widow package, which tacks on another $36,648. You can see everything that comes with the truck as part of the Black Widow package. Some key points, obviously, we talked about, like the 6-inch lift, for example, and everything's been calibrated. And then also 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty comes with this truck as well. And again, you've got that custom fade paint, which looks so cool. But anyways, total price after all options, $90,913. And just look at that paint. Let's see how she drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off here. So first off, here's visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Off here in this Black Widow Silverado, and this will just be a short drive around the block, just so I can kind of get a feel for, you know, the modifications, right, with the suspension and the tires and all that, and just to let you guys know if this truck actually drives well or if it is not very comfortable for me driving perspective. And looks like this person, hopefully that's not us in a moment, right, running out of gas and having to put our hazard lights on in the middle of the way. But first off, what I can tell you is this truck is massive. Like, you definitely get that like king of the road, just bigger than everything feeling in this truck. It is huge. The 5.3 so far moves it pretty well. Look at that, 3 wheels. That is a weird car. I do not know what that is, but that is a 3-wheeled car. That is interesting to see. Look at that thing. Look at it. Look at this. I'm just keeping this in the review because look at this thing. What is that? Oh, it's a Vanderhall. Okay. I probably need to review those now. 3-wheeled cars. Who would have thought? But anyways, well, let's get our acceleration here and see kind of how this performs. Yeah, it actually moves. It moves. I wouldn't call it quick by any means, but this has enough power for the lift and the tires and all that. So no complaints with that. And braking feels great too, actually. So yeah, I know it's a short drive, but I've actually driven Black Widow Silverados before. And so I just kind of wanted to get myself a little mental refresher before I kind of give you guys kind of my thoughts on it, and we'll see how it goes over this little dip. Yeah, pretty solid. I'm gonna kind of go through this little thing here. I'm just trying to really feel the damping on the truck. I know this isn't as good as, like, you know, obviously doing off-road stuff, but you know, also we can test the turning radius. No rubbing. Yeah, great. So let's sum things up. First off, I think it goes without saying, this is a great looking truck, especially with the it's not technically two-tone, it's the fade. It's so cool. Like, now that I've seen this, I'm like, I need to get a wrap on one of my cars that looks like this, because this is so unique. And then interior, you know, it's built off of an RST, it looks like, and you know, this is a nice interior. Like, the seats are really nice, gauge cluster looks great as well, but you can tell most of the money's been put to the exterior of the truck, right? And then from a driving perspective, I mean, it does, like, it's very tall, and it does feel a bit wider than a regular Silverado just because of the offset of the tires and everything, but it's just as comfortable as a regular Silverado from a daily driver perspective. So you're not really conceding anything, and it's such a cool looking truck. And so if you want a super unique Silverado, check out this Black Widow, and especially with this fade paint job, it's cool. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this Black Widow Silverado. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this truck, and then again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in that next video.